Somebody in the comment section said, never trust a man who paints his fingernails. Listen, man, I got no dog in the fight. I don't paint.
I've been telling my girl that for days, man. For days. Obviously, it's a joke, but like, come on.
Nails, but
Come
I'm
on.
not.
Itachi used to paint his nails too. You saw what he did to his clan, man.
There does appear to be certain behaviors attached to guys. I
Certain
suppose,
correlations,
in this
man.
case, like David, paint their fingernails black.
Yo, how's everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing okay. This isn't really like a long form video. It's just like a quick introduction to the channel. Welcome to SamaReacts. So this is gonna be a reaction channel where I react to everything: drama, music, movie trailers, pretty much whatever I just want to react to, you know? Yeah, so I don't really think I'll be having intros for every video, so that's why I'm making this like quick somewhat intro, or just a general channel, you know? So subscribe, like all the videos and all that shit, and let's get straight to the reaction. So we're gonna be reacting to the David controversy. If you haven't been on the internet the past couple months, you know there's been this whole situation where the famous artist David D4vd, whatever you want to call him, there was a body that was found in his Tesla. So there've been some investigations going on, seeing if he was linked to the murder of the girl that was found in his car, because it was a teenage girl's body that was found in his car. So we have an update on all that, and that's what we're going to be reacting to today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so according to latest reports, it appears as though that David is finally being considered as a potential suspect by investigators in the death.
I mean, yeah, the internet kind of figured that out a couple months ago, because everybody was saying, you know, obviously she was found in his car. She was seen with him in like multiple clips together, so there has to be some kind of link between him and her death. So I guess now that's when people are starting to think that he's like a suspect. After the investigations are going, I'm yapping too much. I'm sorry.
Of Celeste
I'm yapping too
Rivas.
much.
And of course, all of us knew that this was a long time coming, for many months now. I mean, with the overwhelming amount of evidence that we've all
Yeah, the evidence was just way too much.
saw across social media, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, hundreds of news publications. I mean, we all knew this day was coming. And of course, people in the comments are saying this gotta be rage bait at this point, because I mean, why did it take this long? Literally, Thanksgiving is what, like,
Yeah, September, October, November. It took them like 3 months for him to identify that he's a potential suspect.
5 days away, and she was killed, what, back in...
I mean, he's a famous person, like he's really famous, so I'd understand why an investigation like this would take the amount of time it has, but still, bro.
Late August, early September is when we all found out about this. Another person said, potential suspect. If y'all don't just arrest him already. Like, other people are saying, why was he at least not been arrested? Having a relationship with a minor, a missing one at that.
I mean, it's kind of... I don't want to say anything on that.
Well, I'm not entirely sure about that. My guess is that in order to criminally charge him for that, they need like...
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Substantial, hard, concrete proof that it was a relationship, although we all know that it likely was. I'm not entirely sure.
Obviously it was.
The photos or videos of Celeste and David being together and the implications of all that is enough in court to charge him criminally for that. But I believe they can definitely, at the very least, get him on kidnapping charges for sure. Another person said it took him months to finally come to this conclusion. Yeah, honestly, again, very wild times we're living in. However, as according to this latest publication by the New York Post, they say
David being eyed as a suspect in death of teen whose body was found in rapper's Tesla trunk.
David being eyed as suspect in death of teen whose body was found in rapper's Tesla trunk. Report. David is being eyed as a suspect in the death of teen Celeste Rivas Hernandez, whose severely decomposed body was discovered 2 months ago in the back of the rapper's Tesla, according to a new bombshell report. Police are also probing Hernandez's death as a possible homicide, sources told TMZ, though the medical examiner has yet to make an official ruling while toxicology results are pending. Investigators are, and I quote, looking at David as a suspect, end quote, in the tragic case of Hernandez after her body was found wrapped in plastic on September 8th, the day after she would have turned 15, sources told the outlet. And then here they show a picture of David and someone who looks like Celeste. I don't believe this is Celeste, by the way. Remember, there was...
I mean, it kind of does look like her, bro. Especially with the hair. I guess you could tell from the hair. There's a lot of people that have curly hair, but for me, I'm like 90% sure that it's her.
There was another girl, I believe, named Celeste that looked just like Celeste, but she was actually like 20 years old. Yeah, guy was obviously obsessed with the younger Celeste, but he knew he couldn't really have her out in public like that, so I don't know. It's weird. But here's a little more info from TMZ themselves. They always have their own sources and their own whistleblowers, so they're going to be telling us more about this case right now.
Law enforcement sources with direct knowledge tell us that David is being viewed as a suspect in the Celeste Rivas Hernandez death. One of our sources claimed that the police investigation revealed around spring of 2025, David took a trip in the middle of the night to a remote area in Santa Barbara County, and he remained there for several hours. We have not double-sourced that information, and it's also unclear why a spring trip would be on the police's radar. We're also told that they're viewing Celeste's death as a homicide, even though the medical examiner has not determined a cause of death yet. As far as we know, there is no paperwork classifying David as a suspect, but again, as one of our sources tell us, they are looking at him as a suspect. We have reached out to David's team, and so far we have not gotten a word back.
So obviously, David is going to be the #1 prime suspect in this case. How could he not? Unless you people believe he's some kind of member of some shadow organization, Illuminati, Freemasons type shit.
I don't think it's that deep, but I mean, it's Hollywood, bro. Who knows?
Where you believe he's going to be just as protected as the politicians and the celebrities attached to the Jeffrey Epstein files are in this case involving Celeste
Release the David files.
Rivas Hernandez's own death. Unless he's a part of the big elites, I think he's cooked. Additionally, according to this report, this latest report by TMZ, they say David was living in the Hollywood Hills in a rental home. Cops searched the property for blood evidence, and his Tesla was abandoned on a nearby street and towed to an impound lot where Celeste's body,
I mean, yeah, all this information we kind of already know.
found in the front trunk, of which we all already know. Celeste's body was decomposing when it was found in a plastic bag back in early September, and based off what I heard from a different source, they were saying Celeste's death could result in only minor charges, no pun intended, charges after her body was found wrapped in plastic.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Only minor charges? Bro, her body was literally found chopped up in that nigga's car, man.
In David's trunk. Now, I'm not entirely sure why they would say minor charges.
Yeah.
As to us and everybody in the public can obviously see that David is numero uno when it comes to being a suspect. But according to
Lock that nigga up, man. Lock that nigga up, though, with fucking keys.
this article by the New York Post, they said it's because Los Angeles cops say they have yet to uncover a serious crime. So I'm just going to come out and say that obviously over the last 7 days, things have changed, as this was published on November 10th. Over the last week and a half, there have been updated reports, and now David appears to be a prime target by LAPD now. Officially, someone said, but he is still walking around as a free man. They've been pursuing this case for months, no arrest or anything. I'm confused at this point. Same here, same here. And I just gotta say, if this were anybody else, literally anybody else, fail to see how they would still be a walking man, free to roam around, fly everywhere, enjoy all the luxuries of the world. Additionally, according to ABC News, they say, according to sources, the girl's body was dismembered, and the process of dismembering and disposing of her body is believed to have likely involved more than one person. Mind you,
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
the term dismembered is likely associated with the natural decomposition of the body. I don't think somebody actually hacked her body apart, but because they stuffed her body in plastic, wrapped it in plastic, and then stuck it in a trunk for months, the body slowly started to melt over all that time, essentially. They also say investigators have been in contact.
Man, that visual, bro. And to go on about your day after doing something so evil like that is crazy.
With multiple people they believe were involved in the case in some way, sources said. Additionally, investigators said they believe the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner will determine the cause of death soon, which will be critical in making an arrest, determining charges, sources said. Additionally, on Twitter, it seems as though that people are saying they got a citizen notification, and the citizen app is for like notifications for crimes in your area. So this one person on Twitter said, got a citizen notification that David is finally being considered as a suspect. Hope that's true because there's no way he's innocent. So yeah, it seems as though that they're even reporting this stuff on the citizens app. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. What do you think about this? Somebody in the comment section said, never trust a man who paints his fingernails. Listen, man, I got no dog in the fight. I don't paint.
I've been telling my girl that for days, man. For days. Obviously, it's a joke, but like, come on.
Nails, but I'm not.
Itachi used to paint his nails too. You saw what he did to his clan, man.
You know, I got nothing against guys who paint their fingernails. I'm just saying, like, there does appear to be certain behaviors attached to guys.
Certain correlations,
in this
man.
case, like David, paint their fingernails black. Somebody said, in the back of my mind. And that's a song from David. You fried. And
Damn.
Getting 25 to life. Other comments in the comment section are like, yeah, obviously, you know, he's a suspect. Like, listen, I'm not going to act like I'm a police officer, investigator, or FBI agent. I don't know how certain jurisdictions go about their procedures and logistics, processes, and ways of sorting out cases. I have no personal experience with that, but all I will say is, hopefully the LAPD, they don't drop the ball. I'm not entirely sure if the FBI is involved in this, but hopefully the investigators on this case know exactly what they're doing. Hopefully the DA don't drop the ball. Hopefully detectives don't drop the ball. Hopefully they don't charge him with things that they cannot prove in court, because that has happened in the past and has literally messed up so many cases. Essentially just allowing certain criminals to escape from the charges they should have actually got. But yeah, guys, thoughts and opinions down below. What do you think about this? Officially, David is now a suspect. That's one step in the right direction. Anyways, hope you guys found this latest update informative, entertaining, or at least somewhat relieving.